Hello, lovers. Hello, world. This is Holly and Holly Dilatash, and I am welcoming spring, even though it's still cold and I need to wear a sweater. Getting to be springtime. Signs are in the air. I still have daffodils, but spring is coming here and I am ready for it. Hoping a few loopers might join today's class, but we'll record a few of the, I'll screen share and talk about a few photos from pictures of the day. We start the Hangouts now talking about the images from Guardian News pictures of the day, going around the world and seeing if there are some topics that you might want to ask or share stories about, cultural perspectives about, new vocabulary, idioms, practice collocations. These weekly Hangouts are a chance for Loop members to practice speaking about various topics, to make conversation. Also, a chance where you can ask questions if you have questions about recent posts on our site, a grammar question that's come up, something you've heard on a bus, walking down the street, something you heard in English, something from a movie that you want to ask about. It's a chance when you can ask questions. If you want to learn about the world from others' perspectives, you can ask me my perspective, but also when other members join from around the world, have a chance to really hear and sense perspectives from others. Very interesting things we learn from each other. Right now, I'm going to try to screen share and go to pictures of the day, the Guardian site, and hope that a few loopers will join and be able to keep a clear connection. So I won't be able to see, I don't think I'll be able to see the text chat once I start screen sharing. So let me put the link in case anyone else does join. I'll post the link for Guardian News where I'll be screen sharing from. And you can check there as well. So let's give it a try. I want to screen share here. And so you should be seeing the photo highlights of the day, best photographs of the day. I like visiting this site and seeing what Guardian News chooses to share. So I'm going to scroll down, and the first photo, you see people wandering through, and immediately two strong memories come to my mind. The caption says, "The Guardian's picture editors bring you a selection of the best photographs from around the world, including Boris Johnson," whom I'm assuming is this guy, "at Kew Gardens, the cyclone on Vanuatu, and a very chilled out cat." And then we have a subcaption here, "Mayor Boris Johnson wades about planting water lilies at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew." And the two memories I have, a year ago, I visited Kew Gardens for the first time. I have had this dream since I was a child to visit Kew Gardens. So the first strong memory is that I was there. I did not wade about planting water lilies, but I was there. So the water lilies are quite thick in this section where they are walking, this pond. And the other memory I have is from a class I took many years ago on botany. studying botany, and I actually wore waders. They call these waders. I wore waders like this and traveled through bogs and marshes with mosquitoes, and I have fond memories of this class. I loved this summer enrichment course, studying botany hands-on. Every class we went out and about to different locations studying plants. If any of you are joining the live Hangout, I think I will hear the signal that tells me someone has joined. But please speak up, because I can't see the chat and screen share at the same time, but do want to know if you are joining the Hangout. The next picture takes us to much story, and a young boy plays with a ball as his mother searches through the ruins of their home. I hadn't noticed the mother, but there's the mother and the young boy with the ball. So boys will be boys, children will be children, islanders will be islanders. I think if you live in this sort of climate, storms and damage and debris to some extent is normal. This was not normal. Horrific storm, cyclone, recovering from a Category 5 cyclone that has nearly entirely wiped out its development. So families need to rebuild, cities, towns need to rebuild. And a lot of the world is trying to help. And every year, modern technology enables assistance to come faster. So I'm very glad these folks are still alive, but sad at the damage. I can't imagine what it feels like to have this happen to your home. So I think the news photographers are trying to give us some bright cheer in between the not so cheerful news. So this photo looks very cheerful with its bright, bright yellow and a silly, very comfortably reclined cat. The cat is reclining on a yellow plastic chair with a pillow behind his head and sunglasses on. And is this catnip, perhaps, or is that his collar? I'm not sure. But a creative photograph and a chilled out cat. So when you pose like this, or when you recline like this in a relaxed position, soaking up the sunshine, a chilled out cat on the beach. This next picture is from Seoul, South Korea, and also brings back memories. As many of you know, I lived and taught in Korea, in a suburb of Seoul, 10 years ago, and visited this palace, Yongbok Palace. I was there. Have you been there? And then a scene from London, statue of Mahatma Gandhi, a newly unveiled statue. 100 years. Wow. 100 years since Gandhi returned to India. And the quest for peace is still, probably forever, continuing. A very different photograph here from Switzerland. A Labrador retriever, the dog, pokes its nose through the snow during an avalanche, Swiss Avalanche Dog Championships. I don't know anything about this event, and I'm tired of looking at snow, so I'm going to move on to flowers. Yes, spring, crocus, the beautiful purple crocus, and the pollen-covered bees. I hope this afternoon we will see sunshine here, and I will go out and hear bees for the first time this year. I hope. We are predicted to get above freezing and have pleasant weather this afternoon. An image from India. Police use water cannons to disperse protesters led by the opposition party, Congress party, against Prime Minister's land reforms. Protesters say the reforms will harm the country's millions of farmers. So India, highly populated India, as well as I think each and every country we come from, has protesters. I have never seen a water cannon used in real life. I have seen many photographs of the water cannons. Are they used in your area? Have you ever been near an area or involved in a protest you're willing to talk about, where water cannons have been used? To myself, I can't get these answers, but I hope that by sharing this example of how our classes might work, I hope more of you will join, because I hope you have questions and things to share in your mind as we're looking through these photographs. So here is another fashion show. We've been seeing a lot of fashion show images the past few weeks. This one is from Tokyo, Japan, and my eyes go immediately to the flowers. They look like real flowers. What a beautiful stage. I would love to have the chance to help put together this type of display. But on it, I want to see models dressed more like this one, in more solid colors. This busy clash of flowers on flowers is strange. This is an interesting style. So some interesting garments being modeled. This dress reminds me of things I used to see in the 60s and 70s, recycling back. Goodness. I'm speechless. So women's curling championships. This guy is a fan, a Canadian fan, watching the Women's World Curling Championship. Do you ever dress up when you are a fan, a spectator at a sports event? Have you ever watched a curling championship? Why would you put a target on your beard if you had a beard? I need help to keep this conversation going. On to the next. Oh, Boris Borealis? No. It's his headlight. So I thought this might be the Northern Lights. in a way I haven't seen before. When I see color in the sky and Alaska, I think of the northern lights. But this is a time exposure showing the headlights from the Iditarod, the snow sled race, sled dog race. Snow. I'm going to move on. I don't want snow. Jalalabad, Afghanistan. A child receives a polio vaccination during an anti-polio campaign on the outskirts of Jalalabad. As I see this photo, I notice the young boy's big, big eyes. Maybe a young girl, not sure, boy or girl. Not in the best of health, and I'm feeling very much my privilege. Don't give gratitude often enough for how lucky I am to live in a more privileged world. But I'm glad to see that the polio vaccines are getting to the outskirts of cities, getting to more people. Londonderry, northern. Temples make me quiet. Now that I read the caption, this is the temple built by the Burning Man artist David Best. And if you don't know much about Burning Man events, a lot of the news around Burning Man events disturbs me, and a lot of it fascinates me. Interesting topic for discussion, but no one is here to discuss with me. This is made from a timber frame. I don't see the wooden frame. Panels, intricate panels designed and cut by young people from the city. I want to know what they're cut from. Contemplation and remembrance. A place to leave mementos, messages, photographs. I feel like this is a temple I would wish to visit alone or quietly. And then typical of Burning Man, following a time period, this entire temple will be torched, will be burned up at dusk on the 21st of March. The Burning Man events erect these huge structures and burn them. Wow. I'd like to talk about this, but I need someone to talk with. And then we are at the end. I don't believe anyone has joined. I'm going to stop sharing and go back to the Hangout where I am still alone, but I will stop the recording here and have it shared on our YouTube channel, and hope that it encourages more people to pay attention to the photos of the day on Guardian News, on the Guardian News site. And I hope it encourages you to choose a photo from next week's collection to talk about in the Hangout. I hope I won't be talking to myself next week. I think these photos make, any of them, make an easy topic for a new post on our site, a chance for you to practice your English. You can practice writing, You can practice speaking. We have the Audio Boom channels for Loop. And if you don't want to practice writing, if speaking is the practice you are looking for, record using Audio Boom recorder or any recording device of your choice. You can upload any MP3 to our Loop Audio Boom channels. So you can record from Audio Boom or record elsewhere and upload to Audio Boom and share what you have to say. Choose a topic, any topic. Choose a photo, any photo, as long as it does not portray something that is not sensible to post on our site. Start a discussion. Ask questions. Hear from others or read from others. Hope next week more people will join. Bye for now. Loop.com, LEWWWP. Learn English with a worldwide perspective. Loop, LEWWWP. Loop.com. Be in the loop with Loop. Join us. Bye for now.